What's up, guys? Okay, this video is about how we raise our quail chicks. As most of you know, they take about 17 to 19 days in an incubator, 16 days or whatever. It all depends on the temperature. If you have the temperature up too high when you're incubating, they'll hatch early. And if it's too cold, they'll hatch late. So make sure you fine tune it to get the correct date, because it's something you don't want to rush. So after they hatch, we wait for them to dry in the incubator. They are good in the incubator for, they say up to 3 days, because they are born with like a little sack on them that they get all their nutrients and stuff from. But we just wait till they're dry. Then we put them in this GQF brooder. It's got a little blue light in it, which just it attracts them over to the two heating elements right there, right there. Right under the light, it's about probably 110. Then the further away you get, it gets cooler. We put puppy pads on the bottom just because the quail are really small, and my wife likes to take really good care of their feet, so we put these down, change it probably every other day. There's not too many in here. Quail grow really fast. You'll see that there's multiple different sizes of quail, and these are probably only 2 to 3 days apart from like that one to that one. So they grow really fast. If you're doing hatches, I would keep them probably no more than 3 days apart, just because the size difference is dramatic. And if you have your brooder too cold, they'll huddle in a corner, and the little ones will get crushed by the bigger ones. Also with quail, sometimes you'll have leg problems like splayed legs, where they're pretty much stuck doing the splits. That could do with rotating, hatching. A couple other things are wry neck. Probably every 200 or so that I hatch, I get one. There's actually one in here somewhere. I saw it earlier. It's where their neck is tilted to the side, which you could actually treat it with some baby nutrients, like baby as in human babies. If you know what it's called, go ahead and post in the comments. I just don't know offhand. I don't really treat it. I've had quail that lived happily with their necks turned sideways, but yeah. So they'll stay in here until they get bigger and they don't need the heat. You'll want to dial the heat down every other day or something. This one, the brooder I don't really like because it's not digital. I don't know of a digital one for this size. But once they get pretty big, then we move them down into these rabbit cages with just a little heat light on them. And then after that, they will go in to the breeder towers, where they will start laying eggs. And we supply grit, some little crushed oyster shell, and we supply them with a 24% protein. If you can get them for chicks, it's most important to get the highest protein you can. We use a chick starter, 24%. We cannot find the turkey or wild game or whatever. It was like a 28%, but here in winter, our feed stores just dial down on their food. Right now we're having a hard time getting even chick starters, so But yeah, these ones will be laying in probably 6 to 7 weeks. And their life cycle will just keep going. We supply them with these little waterers. That's another thing when you do quail, they're so small, you want to get quail waterers. These are some that I used to sell. They're just little plastic ones. You don't want to use the ones for chickens unless you add rocks or something in it so that they can step in it, otherwise they'll drown. This is a quail one without the top on it to hold the water. We also give them electrolytes and probiotics. That helps them with their stomach and going from real food. And it helps with helping the birds stay hydrated. If you're going to use the chicken feeders, they're like this but way bigger and has all the holes going all the way around with the top thing. Do not put the top on it. The quail will go through the holes and the food will fall down on them, and yeah, they kill themselves in any way they can. So yeah, for those of you that save your eggs to incubate, you still got to make sure you turn them at least 3 times a day. Keep them pointy and down. Try and keep them above or around 70, 75 degrees. You don't want them to get cold. Then put them in your incubator. And 17 to 18 days later, you'll have these little guys running around. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, just leave them in the comments. Bye.